So we are on our first live stream. I have no idea how to do this. So we're gonna kind of learn this together because I know there's a place that people can join and ask me questions, but I have no idea where that's at. I try to watch this on YouTube, but I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm doing. So give me just a moment as there's the live chat. Helps to build a positive live chat experience. You can choose. Okay, whatever. I just want to see you guys' comments. Okay, right there. I think I got it going. So this is our first official live stream, and I'm here to answer all your questions. In fact, this is how disorganized that I am because I forgot my notes. So it's on the camera here. I am having some technical difficulties. It's not supposed to be on this camera. It's supposed to be on this camera over there. I so apologize. It's going well if I could ever figure out how to do this camera stuff. Oh no. Well, maybe we might have to just leave it on my iPad for now and we can just cook together. So, man, sorry about that. I'm sorry, this is such a disaster already. Lisa, will you go to the printer and get me those questions? I am so sorry about all the technical difficulty here, but here, one more time, let me see if I can get this thing to work, and if I can, then you guys will have to get to see my full kitchen in the high quality resolution of my fancy camera over here. Look at that. So we'll see if we can get this going for you guys. Nope, I don't think it. How tall am I? So, I am, as every under 6 foot person says, I am 5 foot 11 inches and a half. I am almost 6 foot tall. I am apologizing there, Mike. Well, I am sorry that I can't get my big camera working. I don't know quite why, so it is what it is. So, in the meanwhile, I'm going to start preparing my dinner, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what I do. Kind of one of my staples in my diet, as pretty much I have been, that's half a mattress. Wow. I eat a lot of chicken thighs, like an obscene amount of chicken thighs. So maybe if I bring you down here, it might be a little easier for you to view what I'm doing here. But I eat a lot of chicken thighs. That glare is driving me bananas. Does this look better, guy? No, that looks horrible. All right, it is what it is. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I'm close enough to 6 foot. It's good enough for me. So I'll be moving you around. Okay. Okay, so lots of chicken. So the first thing I do is I have an air fryer, and if you haven't discovered air fryers, you need to discover air fryers. I'm gonna find an angle, I promise, that doesn't have glare on it. These air fryers are absolutely amazing, especially because, you know, one of the issues I've always had losing weight is basically, it's just so hard to do like food prep. I don't know about you, but just food prep. And I know everybody says, oh, you're supposed to like prep for the week. But I don't know about you, but eating chicken that's been in the refrigerator for like a week is just, I don't know. It's just gross to me. I can't do it. It's your heaviest. So, okay. All right. Before I get done cooking here, actually my heaviest was around 340 pounds. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to read and talk at the same time, so if you let me finish a sentence and jam it all out there, I might be able to get another one. I just can't do both. So my heaviest was about 340 pounds, and so I started the channel, I think it was, what are we at, like 7 videos? I don't know, something like that. And I was actually 333 pounds when I kind of started this journey. But that was right before I started the channel. And in fact, if you remember the video where I talk about all the Diet Coke I used to drink, the very first thing I did was I quit Diet Coke. And that was, That was so hard for me to do. Quitting Diet Coke was absolutely the most brutal thing I ever did. But that was all done off camera. I had no intention on filming a fat dude losing weight. Like, I never thought in a million years people would want to like watch me go out and try to exercise, but it's pretty awesome. And so it started with the Diet Coke, and it took me a month before the withdrawal symptoms. And what I didn't know about quitting Diet Coke or quitting caffeine in general is one of the symptoms that you can go through is deep depression. And let me tell you, I had depression, I had stomach problems, my body ached. For like 3 weeks, I didn't want to get out of bed. I mean, it was probably the worst symptoms I've ever been through. And so that's where this journey started. And when I quit Diet Coke that first month, I went from 333 pounds to about 320 pounds. And I know this is the follow-up question for a lot of you. How much do I weigh now? This is going to be kind of addressed in an upcoming video more in detail, but I have actually plateaued for the last 3 weeks. And I don't know about you, but every single time that I have plateaued, I have quit. Add eggs to my diet. Oh, I do. Oh, I eat so many eggs. I eat more eggs than I want to eat. I'm sick of eggs, but they're so easy. They're so fast to cook. But I totally lost my train of thought. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm actually plateaued at the moment. I'm 304 pounds to 308 pounds. It kind of has been fluctuating. In fact, an upcoming video, I'll give a little hint. My editor is actually in the channel with me today. So that's one of our upcoming videos, is how I'm going to break through this plateau. And I have some plans. I just have some plans to try to push through that plateau as much as I can. This is the point where I have always stopped. I don't know about many of you, but I have always stopped when I have plateaued. And you put all this effort in, you feel like you're working out, you're doing all the things, and you're like, oh, I'm eating like so much less food, and it's so hard and so difficult. And then to be so disappointed for 3 weeks. So I have a game plan, and I will let you know that here in a coming up video. Okay. Yeah, so let me get this chicken going here in the air fryer. I'll kind of show you what I do. Like I said, I apologize to everybody that I'm using my iPad. I had a whole setup over here to go, but unfortunately, my first live stream, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to take 3 pieces of chicken. And I don't actually eat all 3. So today is kind of one of my fast days. So I haven't eaten today. So this is going to be like my biggest meal yet. So I take 3 pieces of chicken, put it in the air fryer. Brother, so proud of you. Thank you so much. 1 second here. So all I do is, because I am ghetto, I just put seasoning on the chicken. I flip it. I don't even do anything fancy. I'm sure you could prepare this a million times better, but that's it. I throw this in the air fryer, and let me plug this in because now my whole setup is chaos. And on my particular like Ninja air fryer, I found 375 degrees is like the perfect zone. Thank you so much. I've been trying really hard. Yes, you know what's been really surprising about all this? What's been really surprising about this is how many people are on the exact same journey as me, and I realized like I didn't realize how many other people were struggling with this exact same issue as me. And many of you are struggling with the same exact issue as me. It's how do I put it? Let me start this air fryer and let me answer that real quick, okay? So I set it for 375 and I do it for 23 minutes. It seems to cook it perfectly. I'm gonna put that over here. I'm gonna kind of move out of the way here so I can answer some questions. And you can see I'm actually a fat guy because I sweat. So I got a special treat. And this is a chicken wrap that I've been eating for a while now, and Honestly, I love this chicken wrap. I know it's not purely 100% whole food. I'm trying my best to eat more and more whole foods, but it's the best I can do. So, what I realized is how many other people are literally struggling with the exact same problem as me. It is so hard to lose weight. I used to think, oh, I'm lazy. Maybe I don't have the fortitude, things like that. And the more that I've done research and the more that I have kind of realized things that are happening, I realize that's simply just not the case. Many people are struggling to lose weight, and many of us are putting an obscene amount of work into trying to lose weight, and it just feels like we're getting nowhere. And I think part of that is I was uneducated. I've learned a lot about food. I've learned a lot about dieting. And the biggest thing is, and many comments have been made about this, is, the real battle of weight loss. Hold on. Can I open up like a bigger chat window here? Because, man, these comments are going by so fast. Actually, I have a brilliant idea. Can I actually view the live stream on my phone? Ooh, and then I can read the comments and walk around. That might be a better idea, huh? No, I cannot. That is not a thing. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I could pull it up on my phone. Oh, no. I'll turn my volume down. Okay. Now I can actually see the live chat here. So, for those of you that are just joining in, I actually have my wife and a whole camera set up, but apparently I can't get that fancy camera connected to my iPad. My computer is like 40 feet that way, so I just don't have a cable long enough to go over there. So I know you can connect it. It's totally possible, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. Okay, so somebody's asking some questions. Oh, wow. I was 560 pounds down to 480, brother. Man, like, you realize how big of a struggle it is? Like, I totally get it. Like, anyone who says, oh, it's easy to lose weight, they're just delusional. It is not easy to lose weight in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what anybody says. And to go from 560 pounds down to 480, I mean, that's like losing half a person in body weight. And let me tell you, man, that is amazing. Don't let anybody ever discourage you. You keep that work up. It is no small feat to lose half a person in body weight. So don't you dare allow a single person to discourage you in any way, shape, or form. Just plain and simple. I'm going to see if I can clean that camera off. It might be a little better, huh? Okay, what do you say? Tell him I'm bigger. Yeah. So, why don't you guys ask me a few questions because many of you submitted several questions already that cannot make the live stream. So if you're one of those, I thank you for submitting your questions, and I hope I get around to answering it all. I'm sorry, it is hard for me to talk and read at the same time, so bear with me. I think it's harder. Yeah, I agree. I think it's much harder for us to lose weight. It is. I don't know how to explain it. If you're skinny, I don't think you understand the true struggle of what fat people go through. You take your legs to heal. You know what's funny about that mountain hike? That wasn't the hardest challenge. That was brutal, but because it was spread out for such a long time, I took a lot of breaks. I mean, a whole lot of breaks. Actually, if you've seen the CrossFit video doing all those squats, that was brutal. My legs felt like jelly for an entire week, and the recovery of that. Oh, it was so hard. All right, let's see if I can find another question here. Oh, thank you for loving my channel. Okay, let me see here. All right. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Ooh. Oh, wow. Did you lose a lot of weight doing, karate like that? I would imagine, such a high intensity sport, like you got to lose weight at some point. Yeah, but they're not actually diet cookies. Dude, 18 pounds. How long did it take you to lose those 18 pounds? Oh, is that Matt? Matt, how long have you been trying to lose those 18 pounds? Oh, okay. So here's the question. Somebody just asked, is the whole house diet or is it just me? I live with my wife. My brother lives with me, and we have a woman that also lives with me that was homeless at one point, and we're trying to help her get on her feet. So we have a full house here, and the answer is none of them are on a diet. It is just me. which is kind of the hardest problem, right? Is if you're alone dieting and you don't have people supporting you, that is brutal. That is so brutal. Okay, so somebody just made the comment that they're on a 600 calorie deficit. One of the things that I think I've actually destroyed my metabolism trying to yo-yo diet all the time is I've done really extreme diets. Like, I'm going to eat 800 calories and I'm going to walk, blah, 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 and work out. And yeah, that lasts about 2 weeks because when you're literally starving to death and your body just can't keep up with it, you can't do that. And I think I've actually hurt my metabolism, which is one of the reasons that I think I'm in a plateau right now. And I need to get a little more stricter. So you have to understand where I was coming from. Like, I was eating fast food every day, all 3 meals. And that is not pleasant. That is not pleasant at all. Oh, a seafood diet. Like you see food and you eat it. I like that. The lifestyle. Yes. Okay. So somebody just said it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. So one of the questions that was submitted, and many of you have asked in the comment section, is what has changed with all this? And I realized for the very first time that dieting should not be this overwhelming, difficult, hard thing to do. That's what I learned. You have to find a way to enjoy food, eat in moderation, and exercise in a way that is enjoyable. And if you don't, I don't know how you maintain. I don't know how anybody else maintains this. I consider myself a highly driven person, a very goal-driven person, but for some reason, when it comes to losing weight, when it's like literally ingrained in you to like survive with food, your body, it wins. It will make you eat, especially when there's food right in front of you. So yeah, I think that it has to be a shift in your mentality, that and the way that I've been thinking. The two things that I've been thinking about is I tell myself I'm a skinny person, but I'm just in a fat body. That's all. And so I'm going to just start doing what skinny people do. I'm going to drink water. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to, calorie restrict. And one of the things I've noticed about a lot of skinny people, now I'm not talking about those people with them ripped abs and body. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just an average Joe that is healthy. They eat a slice of pizza every now and then. They drink a soda every now and then. They just do it in extreme moderation. And that's really one of the major mind shift. And then I will give a shout out to this commenter. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but someone commented, and this helped me out. You need to think of hunger not as a biological, like internal thing. You need to understand hunger is just the filling. And just because you're hungry, just like if you're angry, doesn't mean you need to act on it. And to me, that is the biggest thing. Is I realize hunger is just a feeling. I can control that feeling. I can get over that feeling. And I need to internalize that, just like anger or frustration or any other bad emotion, you don't always have to act on it. And if you just take a breather, you say, I got to get past the next 30 minutes. like you get that mindset of, hey, I can make it another 30 minutes. I have found personally that my body just kind of relaxes. That hunger pain goes away, and yeah. So I'm gonna get some ice, because one of the other things that I do every now and then for caffeine is I switch over to these sodas. I don't know if everyone can see that. They're caffeinated, but these have been a lifesaver for me. I didn't want to quit caffeine. I wanted to quit soda, and that's why I quit soda. So these right here have been, yes, that determination. Like, but the problem is, someone just made the comment like you got to be mentally strong and like you got to stay focused. But the problem with that is you can only do that so long before you just break. Yes. So somebody was asking how much water I take. I drink a gallon of water a day. In fact, here is my water intake from the day. I fill this up in the morning, and this is how I regulate how much water I drink each day. So this is literally what I do. I'm going to get some ice. 1 second. As a fat dude, I'm kind of profusely sweating over here. All right, let's see here. I'm going to kind of look in the notes here and see if I can find another question. Well, anybody have any questions before I start answering off my list? Yes. With the exception, like I said, somebody just asked about if I drink pretty much straight water. With the exceptions, every once in a while I drink some of these. Like tonight, I'm very lethargic. Like I said, today's kind of my fasting day, so I haven't eaten today. I'm very tired. Somehow caffeine doesn't wake me up. It kind of puts me to sleep. So I drink it and I do feel better. Yeah. So for everybody coming in, I know people are cycling in and out. My current weight is 304 to 308. I've been on a plateau for the last 3 weeks. So in fact, you won't know this, but I start a 3-day challenge tomorrow morning. And as far as physical activity, it's going to be one of the easiest I've ever done. But as far as weight loss, it's probably going to be one of my hardest 3 days. So that little teaser about what's coming up here. So yeah, what's my goal weight? That's a really good question. I've thought about this. I don't know that I have a actual goal of actual weight, but I have a body percent fattage. So I want to be around 15 to 20% body fat. From my research, and maybe you guys can leave a comment below and correct me and maybe give me some other research to look into. But around 15% is an ideal weight. And if you want to build some muscle, 20% is really good for, building muscle and then kind of leaning down to the 15%. I don't want to ever get down to like 10%, 5%, I watch some guys that do that and I'm like, how do you maintain that lifestyle? I don't know. I'm going to check on my chicken here. We got about 8 minutes, and then we'll put this masterpiece together. You have a problem with your feet? Yes. Oh, do I have a problem with your feet? One of my videos I showed this. I have cracks in my feet like this, and they're about an 1/8 inch deep, and they are unpleasant. There's this cream or this gel or something my wife found that you could put in the cracks to kind of numb the pain a little bit. And then there's these big giant Band-Aids that are like, I don't know what they are. They're like industrial Band-Aids, but they go on your foot and they ain't coming off until you rip it off. And I think a little bit of the numbing agency in there, and then the Band-Aid just kind of letting it get moist and get relaxed kind of help the cracks in my feet. But I have ginormous cracks in my feet. Good support system. Yes. If I can give anybody here advice. So I changed my socks I wear clean socks before and after every walk. I actually wear. I'll show this. I wear flip flops most of the time. So I traditionally don't fast super long, but if I'm going to fast, I try to stick around. Like I try to eat at like this time around 6 o'clock, and then I try not to eat until around noon the next day. So not a super long fast. What did someone just say? Really? Someone just said that when I break through this plateau, they think that I'll quickly lose a bunch of weight. And I really hope that's true because I don't think like I said, I don't want to give the video away, but what I'm going to do isn't super extreme. It's a 3-day challenge that I'm going to put myself through, but there's a lot of research that I've done that this is the way to help me break through that plateau. Someone's giving me a tip, a master tip when you're going through, measure yourself. Yeah, so unfortunately, when I started all this, I did not measure myself. I was just totally fascinating about the weight on the scale. That's all I cared about. And what I realized is a lot of times, particularly like in this plateau here, I may actually be shrinking in size, even though I'm not losing weight. And that is also important, I would say, as losing weight. So I wish I would have measured myself. I'm sorry. Maybe that's something. And then the other thing, a lot of you have been asking, and I'm very sorry because I did not think about this until I started getting a flood of comments. Check in every week. I'm going to start making weekly posts Sunday mornings or Monday mornings. I'm not quite sure yet. But expect that. I will give you a check-in with body measurements and my weight and kind of how I feel to kind of let everybody know where I'm at. Because my whole goal here is to show you the reality of being a fat person, trying to lose weight, because I'm sick and tired of people saying, well, it's easy. All right. Plantar fasciitis. Yes. So several years ago, I had that problem for like a year of my life. That was so painful. I changed my shoes and it all went away. Do you have an opinion on CPAP machines? Yeah, actually I do. My opinion on a CPAP machine is I use it every night. If I don't use my CPAP machine, I'll tell you a story about that. This is how I found out. My whole life I've had problems sleeping, like my whole life, and for transparency, I was not always fat. I never really worked out. I never did sports. I never did anything like that. I was a naturally skinny person that was always in shape. I could eat a whole 2 pizzas and I didn't gain a pound, and I thought I was cruising in life until I turned 30, and then all of a sudden I gained 100 pounds and I hit something, and I've been unable to lose the weight for 9 years, and I have tried my best. But I say all that to say the CPAP machine. I have always had problems sleeping. And I got married. And when I got married, I remember I woke up one night and I sat straight out of bed. And my wife was like, what's going on? And I said, I don't remember this, by the way. I said, oh, nothing. I just forgot to breathe. And I rolled over and went back to sleep. And the next day, my wife was like, wait a minute, Chris, that's not normal. And so I went and got tested, and that's kind of how I found out that I have sleep apnea. Yes, sleep apnea makes, or obesity makes sleep apnea worse. It really does. It's weird how do I explain it? I don't even know. Like, maybe if there's anybody here that uses a CPAP machine, maybe you can relate to this, but I sleep amazing when I use the CPAP machine, but I wake up tired. And I think it's because I'm not used to sleeping deeply for most of my life, and I haven't been using it regularly because I absolutely hate this giant contraption on my face. But I sleep, and I don't take a lot of naps when I use the CPAP machine. But if I don't use it, I sleep like 4 hours, and I wake up and I'm wide awake. It's weird, but I know that I'm tired because I have to fight that tiredness all day long. Hey, I'm glad I inspired you. I am telling you, you have to change your mind. We are not losing weight. We are skinny people in fat bodies, so let's continue to do what skinny people do. That's how I view it. Like, that is the mentality that we need to have. We are skinny people in fat bodies, and we can push through this, and we can make this happen. So I am glad that I could inspire you and help you. Yes, and I agree with that. Mindset is everything. Everything. Oh, do I breathe heavy? I didn't know that. My wife's over there shaking her head, so apparently I do. So I wear a size 12. I used to be flat-footed, and I say used to be, and I was pretty flat-footed. My wife, by the way, I am a blessed man with my wife. She is absolutely amazing. She spent a year with a massage gun on the bottom of my feet, in my ankles, in my toes, and stretching them, and my calves. And she spent a year every day working on me, and I'm no longer flat-footed because of it. Like, I don't know how that happened, but I think I was just, my muscles were tight and I kind of got used to that. And as I relaxed them and stretched them out, my arch started coming back into my foot. It's crazy how that happened. Let me take a drink of this here. Oh, how long we got? Ooh, 51 minutes. Or 51 seconds, I'm sorry. What I'm thinking, not what I'm saying. Footed with plantar fasciitis. Shoes. Oh, yeah, so I've been reading a lot about those barefoot shoes. I don't know. Well, can you have me do my walking shoes right there, Lisa? I'll show you the shoe. I have no idea. I went to the store and was like, hey, I want these shoes. That's what I'm rocking for my shoes. So if that means anything to you, it means nothing to me other than these were really, really, really expensive. And I definitely need to get I need to get a pair of hiking boots because these are not meant for that. So, all right, let me wash my hands, and my air fryer just went off, and let me make this masterpiece for you because this is a pretty awesome meal. Oh, I don't see any comments. Oh, there's a comment. Let's see here. What did that person say? Yes, I need boots so bad. All right, let me grab my tortillas. So one of the things that I switched to, I know it's not whole food, okay? So don't make fun of me. I'm trying, okay? I can only do what I can do, you know? But these are the tortillas. They're like a low-carb tortilla. And what I found is that one of these are only 60 calories, which has made, it's going good. It's only 60 calories, which like a normal tortilla is like 150, 200 calories. So let me grab a plate. And I'll show you how I put this thing together. I am so sorry. Like I said, I have this huge camera over here. I just can't get it to live stream to my tablet. So we're going to do what we got to do. All right, so I'm going to take one of these pieces of chicken. I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned. If you take your tongs and you put them on that bone, like that, you can just squeeze it, and there you go. You took the bone out and didn't put a lot of work into it. I've dried myself bananas trying to get that bone out. All right. So, I'm going to cut this up, and I'm not fancy with cutting it up. Like I said, I am here for practicality reasons and no other reason. Biggest target food are just hard to stay away from. Oh, they really are. I like the food, okay? That's my problem. All right. So I'm going to try to get this so everybody can see. But I get a tortilla. I grab a spoon. I grab a little guacamole because I really do like guacamole. Normally I use fresh ones, but Walmart that I shop at apparently doesn't know what a fresh avocado looks like, so I use guacamole today. So I'm going to spread a little bit of that on my tortilla, as everybody can see. This thing is amazing. I love it. Then, I know it's not Whole Foods. Don't make fun of me. I put just a hint of ranch. Not a whole lot, just a hint of ranch so it doesn't taste horrible. And for filler, I use Romanian lettuce. Or whatever this is. I don't know what this is. Let me tell you a little history about Chris Jones here. About lettuce. Did you know there's a difference between lettuce and cabbage? I have literally bought lettuce, or I should say, I have literally bought cabbage and ate entire cabbages thinking, wow, this is funny tasting lettuce. Yeah, yes, it's iceberg lettuce. See, I don't know my fruits. I don't eat this stuff normally. I'm trying. No, I don't. I don't use those seeds. Cabbage. I love cabbage. Now boiled cabbage, I can get behind that. All right, so last but not least, for everybody to see the masterpiece here, is I take my chicken, I put my chicken in here, and that right there is a traditional dinner for me. Let's see if I can get it where everybody can see it. That is a dinner that I have been eating for a while now. Now I'm going to put that up here until we finish the live stream. But you are looking at my only meal today. Like I said, I try to keep it kind of under a lot of calories on my fasting days. I just find it easier. I find if I overeat when I'm trying to fast for the day, I just get so hungry. But if I eat enough to satisfy me, then I can make it to the next morning, and then the next day I eat just a little bit more calories. So tomorrow I'll try to eat like 2,800 calories versus like my 2,500 calories. But I think that I'm going to start. What's the person saying? Do you have cheat days? I guess I kind of have cheat days. I don't know if you would call them cheat days. I would call them, I don't know, days that I don't feel like cooking, and maybe they're not the cleanest food in the world, but they're definitely, I guess they're kind of a cheat day. I don't call them cheat days. It's just I'm trying to be a healthy person eating. So for anybody who's just popping in here, I started my journey at 440-ish pounds. Was my heaviest 333 pounds. Am I saying this right? Okay, yeah, 333 pounds. This is where it kind of started right before the channel, and then when I lost a little bit of weight down to 220, and then I started the YouTube channel. 320. Wow, I'm tongue-tied today. 320. And then since I started the channel, I'm like 304, 308. I'm like hovering right around there. I plateaued. Like I've said previously, I got some plans starting tomorrow for a 3-day challenge. I'm going to document it. But I think it's a good way that I'm going to push through this plateau for myself. So somebody's asking how tall I am again. I am 5 foot, 11 inches, and 1/2 of an inch. That close to 6 foot. Oh, Mike Jones, thank you so much. Oh, okay, let's see here. What do we got? Any other questions? Learning skateboarding. Oh, I don't know if I want to skateboard. I kind of like My legs not being broke? Yes, kind of. Like somebody just asked if I measure my food with a scale, I'll kind of do it by eye. When I first started, everything was kind of measured out because I didn't understand anything about calories in food or anything like that. But I eat so much of the same things, like it's kind of depressing. Like it's just depressing how much I eat the same thing. So now I just kind of fill it out. And then like if I'm at somebody's house, like somebody invited me over for dinner or going out to eat, I just try to find things. I'm like, oh, I think this is like 500 or 800 calories, and I try to just stay within that calorie range. What does this person say? Let me read it here. I've been doing weight loss. Just gonna take it slow. Yes, I agree. I started at 400 plus pounds and lost 120 pounds. Did you guys read that? This guy lost 120 pounds last year. Wow. Like, that is no small feat. 120 pounds in a year. 8 months and I gained 80 pounds back. Okay, look, that happens to the rest of us. But you know what? You are down 20 pounds from when you started. That's the point, right? You may have gained some weight back. You got to get back focused. You got to get your mind right. You got to get back into it. That's the right, and that's the thing to do. All right. Well, I'm going to start trying to go through my list here. If anybody got some questions for me, I'll keep looking at the live stream, but I'm going to answer some questions. Somebody wanted to know about my personal trainer. 2 weeks back. Okay. Awesome. Lock back in. You keep that. Can everybody give him a shout out and encourage him? He needs it. He needs to get locked in. He needs to get laser focused. He needs to lose that weight. Okay. You don't quit. You keep commenting on my things. And I suggest, this is what I suggest. You start documenting your own journey and you give that link out to me and I will shout you out and I will be your biggest cheerleader. You need to lose weight because you want to be healthy. That's the whole point of this. I look at this, I want to be healthy. I don't want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. Oh, I'm so glad that you found my channel too. I do document it, but I don't like pushing it. Okay, well, shoot me a text in like Instagram or on Facebook or my email's in my bio. Shoot me an email so I can follow you. Or if you want, give a link out here and so everybody here, if you guys can, like encourage this guy. Like that's the point, right? We're all here struggling. Let's encourage one another. All right, so the question that I have from somebody that could not make it tonight was, I mentioned my personal trainer. Yes, I still see my personal trainer. I've learned a lot from him. In fact, one of the things that were kind of surprising to me when I started working with my personal trainer, just wanted to be healthier. Yeah, I just want to be healthier. But my personal trainer is, I went in there and I was like, I want to lift 1 billion pounds and I want the big old muscles. And the first thing he said to me was, yeah, we're not doing that. And I said, okay, what are we doing? He goes, okay, I want you to take this like 20-pound weight and I want you to do these curls. And I said, well, okay, like what, 5 times, 10 times? Because that's what I read on the internet. If you want to build muscles, he goes, no, you're going to do it 25 times. And every exercise he made me do was 25 reps. And finally I asked him, I said, dude, why are we doing this? He goes, I'm building your cardio. I want to go low weight, high reps, so you don't injure yourself. Until your body gets used to working out like this, like if you put big weight on and you start moving it around, like, oh, you're going to hurt yourself. And so that's one of the things that I learned. Yes, take it day by day. All right, so next question that I had from one of my commenters. Do you have a lot of fun? Do you do a lot of fun? I don't know. That's not how I would have wrote that. Different challenges of the channels and don't stop. Oh, so somebody was just encouraging me. My bad. I don't know how I put that in there. Do you have a favorite meal that you started eating? Yeah, you just saw it. This is my favorite meal. I can eat this almost every single day now. This thing is scrumdiddlyumptious. And if I had my big camera set up, I could show you this. But I also roll this up and I spray it with a little oil. and you put it in a pan and you fry it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Do you consider, or do you want to do any like health challenges? And yeah, I put a poll out for everybody to answer, and many of you kind of wanted me to stay with the fitness challenges, but I don't know, maybe I'll put another poll out, and if I get enough people, at least half of the viewers want to see me do like health challenges, like food and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do some health challenges. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, you just finished. Oh, somebody suggested 175 hard. I'm committed to losing weight, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah. Okay. So next question that I had: do you consider? Nope. Are you changing your diet? And yeah, the simple answer is I've radically changed my diet. And our things have changed since you started. Yeah. One of the things that I noticed the other day, even though I'm sweating right here, I don't sweat as much. And it takes a lot more for me to sweat than what I did before. And so that alone has changed sweating. And then I noticed the other day, this is a pretty cool thing. I was putting my shoes on and I wasn't huffing and puffing. That felt good. That felt good, putting my shoes on and not being out of breath from just bending over and putting them on. So that is something that's really changed for me. So yes, through my diet change, through losing weight, that's some of the things that have changed. And I just generally just feel energetic. Like, you don't understand. Like, I feel alive. Like, I haven't felt alive like this in forever. Since I was skinny. In fact, not even when I was skinny. I mean, probably since my mid-20s. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you what changed, but something changed. And, like, my life just, like, everything didn't become a chore anymore. I don't know how to explain that. It's just, it is what it is. And I think it was just mental shift in my thinking. I also answered my ideal weight. Do I think my personality, this is one of the questions I'm 39 years old. Yeah, so I'm 39 years old. My birthday's May 8th, and I'll be 40. I'll be right over the hill. And I hope my real aspiration next year in California, there's a mountain called Half Dome. Look it up. It's in Yosemite National Park. I want to go hike that mountain. If I have any goal that I want, any challenge that I want to overcome, I want to go hike Half Dome. And it is a brutal, I think it's like 17 miles round trip, and like you climbing up a rock at the end. But I want to do it. I don't know why. There's something built into me that's like, this to me would mean, whether I was still overweight or not, to me this would feel like the greatest accomplishment that I have made in losing weight personally. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, about that 20-mile walk. Thank you for liking and subscribing, by the way. I'm glad that you can follow along on this journey and be part of the community. But that 20-mile hike, that was the scariest thing I had ever been through. I didn't talk about it a lot on camera because, I'm trying to make just a video, but that was scary. Waking up face down on the ground. The reason why we don't have footage of it is because it was so hot. My stupid GoPro was cutting itself off. It kept turning itself off. So at some point it just turned itself off. We literally didn't get footage of a lot of it. So Ireland, yeah. It is so amazing to me that people all over the world are watching this fat dude in Texas lose some weight. But yes, I definitely have some goals that I want to see happen. But as far as my personality changing, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I've never super cared what people think about me because I'm very comfortable of who I am, and I think it's a healthy. I think it's a healthy mindset, to be honest with you. And shout out to New York, Denmark. Oh man, we got them from all over. That's so amazing. I have somebody from Russia following me. That's awesome. Like Russia, like that's so awesome. Oh man, that's so exciting. I just can't believe like California here. So I used to live in California before I moved out here to Texas. So don't hate me, all you Texans. The UK, yeah. Texan here. Okay, see, look, we got them from all over the world. Florida, Texas, Denmark, like all over the place. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that we live in a world where I literally could be standing in my kitchen and helping you guys, helping you, like, across the world. Like, what an amazing time we live in. Like, honestly, it is so amazing that we live in this world. But I don't think my personality, Italy, oh, that's so odd. I want to go to Italy so bad. I don't know why. I just think Italy is such a, like, there's so much beauty you see in those pictures and stuff. What? Yeah, it's midnight and you're here watching me? Thank you so much. Oh, you thought I was 6'4"? Well, I wish I was 6'4". Maybe I should start, standing up on my tippy toes and not showing you that so I look like I'm 6'4". No, I'm not 6'4". I wish I was. So another question. How tall are you? I've already answered that. My shoe size, we've already said. Somebody asked me how wide my feet are. A redneck from Arkansas. Hey, I'm a redneck. I'm a redneck originally from California, so the only way I could describe it is I'm a hillbilly country folk from California that lived in a city. And if you're from California, you probably understand what I mean by that. But if you don't, you might not understand what I mean by that. But somebody was asking if I had wide feet. I mean, sometimes I buy wide shoes because they're a little bit more comfortable, but most of the time I can fit my foot into a normal size shoe, I'm going to go, just so everybody knows, if you got a question, get them in right now, because I'm going to go for another 8 minutes here, and then I'm going to cut it off so that we can do this again here coming up. So if you got a question, get commenting below so that I can answer it before we cut off here. My diet, somebody was asking my diet. I generally try to stick to whole foods. I'm not perfect at it. That's my goal, is to just eat clean food. And as you see from my tortilla, that's not necessarily clean food. Guacamole, cleaner, ranch. Okay, you got me on ranch, okay? But I'm just telling you, this right here is so scrumdiddlyumptious. It's the flavor of life, okay? Oh, thank you so much. Somebody just gave me $10. That is amazing. Thank you so much. By the way, all the revenue that's going for the channel, I'm putting it right back into the channel. I want to do crazier adventures and show you different parts of the country, and I want to do awesome trips to take you along and show you what it is for a fat guy to do some of these things. Yeah, I think, like I said, somebody just asked if I was going to do cooking challenges. Yes, I want to, but when I put a poll out, many of you said you really weren't interested in that. So maybe I'll put another poll out, or if you can go back into my post and give a vote to what you would like to see me do. So, it's interesting you asked about sponsors. YouTube is a whole beast in itself. I'll be honest with you, when I started, so here's a little history. When I was sitting in my car in my very first video, I had no intention on starting a whole YouTube thing. But I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to document this. In fact, I sat in my car, I pulled my phone out, and I said, I'm just going to document this. And I literally was sending it to one of my best friends, and as I was going along, and he said, dude, this is pretty good. This is a YouTube video. And so I came home, and I didn't know how to edit. I didn't have to do any of those things. And I kind of just flopped it together, and I think it has 43,000 people have watched me try to walk 10,000 steps. I just, that's just so mind-blowing to me. And so since then, I've realized that, it's very expensive to I bought a lot of camera equipment. I mean, a lot of camera equipment, and it was really expensive. Like at the CrossFit channel I just did, I had to pay that guy to go in there and train with him, and so it's expensive to produce these videos, but I'm happy to do it, and I'm getting a few sponsors, companies that have been talking to me, and I hope that. I hope that I could do this full time. I think it would be amazing. One of my aspirations. I've been really contemplating, like, where is this going, right? I want to document me losing weight because I'll be honest with you, I need motivation, and I know it helps many of you in the community here. But what's next? And I think that next thing is really, really important. And I think that next thing has to be, and me going out and helping many of you lose weight too. And that's really my goal is I want to give back to everybody who has supported me through this, and maybe through sponsors. And if I can make this something where I could do YouTube full time, then I can turn around and I can go and help many other people try to lose weight and get them on the right path, and teach you what I have learned, because I'm learning this as I go. And by the time I lose my weight, I'm going to know what it takes to really lose weight as a fat person. And I think I can help so many of you lose weight as well. And so that's the aspiration of the channel. So to answer your question, yes, we got some sponsors. I'm being being more selective on what sponsors I take. As I started reading how to take on sponsors and stuff like that. It's a whole thing. Sorry, I geek out in business because that's so fun to me, because I'm a nerd. But I hope that answered the simple question. Thank you for liking my videos. But okay, so yeah, I think that's all the questions have been answered from here. And I am so excited to take this journey with everybody. It is been amazing. Let me read some of this. Big shout out to your wife. Oh, that woman right there is the biggest supporter that I have. She right there is the most annoying person that I know, because she's always on to me. You're not supposed to do that, Chris. Don't eat that, Chris. It's really annoying, Chris. And she keeps me on track, even though she's not dieting to the extreme and doing all the workouts and stuff like that. But a lot of the times, if you don't see me filming myself, you have her to thank. And I'm very thankful to have my wife. I am a very blessed man when it comes to my wife. All right, somebody else had a comment. Let me see here. You know what? Is she subscribed? I don't know. Are you subscribed to my channel? She says yes. I think I would have been upset if she wasn't. Actually, I didn't think about that. I'll say this. Somebody asked, you say, it seems like you have a big heart. I realize how hard life can get for people, and I've seen it firsthand. And life is too short to be miserable and make other people around you miserable. That's just the reality. And I try my best to help other people, because I try to treat people as I want to be treated. And I think that is such an amazing rule of life, and it helps. It helps. And it has served me well throughout the years. Oh, dance class. Oh, why? Yes, I'll put dance class on the list. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? We got about a minute here. Oh, you want to hear about my story? Okay. So my wife and I both met at a gospel meeting, essentially was what it was. And this woman right over there, rejected me so hard. I mean, wanted nothing to do with me. In fact, she was trying to get with somebody else. She was trying to talk up some other dude. And so I got really irritated with it. And so I found out who her best friend was. And then I found out one of my friends that knew her best friend, and I sent her sister-in-law, which is her best friend. I sent her sister-in-law to go talk to her on my behalf through my friend that went and talked to her that talked to her. And she still rejected me. In fact, it wasn't until afterwards, when I found her on Facebook after like 10 attempts to talk to this girl, that I said, hey, I heard you were a Trekkie. And it was a match made in heaven after that. So that's how my wife and I met. It was pretty amazing, actually. So Yeah. Oh. Hey man, I thank you so much, Big Russ, for tuning in, and I totally understand if you gotta get to bed. So I'm gonna wrap it up. One more final chance. Anybody got a question? If not, we're gonna wrap this last video, our first live stream up. I'll give it a second here. All right. Don't see any comments coming in. All right. Well, I thank everyone for being here. I thank you for being here. I thank you for supporting my journey. Especially, I thank you for all the kind comments. You know, that was one of the things I was really worried about getting on YouTube. And I have found an amazing community with you. And it has been so supportive to me. I'm telling you, probably one of the things that has been most helpful is you encouraging me. All the nice comments. I've got a handful of negative comments, and they weren't really that bad. And so I thank you guys, and follow along. And I'm gonna try my best. And as I say, I'm gonna forget the rest. You guys have a good night, and I will catch you on the next one.